everyone, it's Christy from Green Eye Tarot, and I am here to do a walkthrough of a deck that I have not really heard a lot about. I don't really see many videos done about it. I don't really hear it being talked about on Instagram or anything like that. So I definitely wanted to share it because I feel like it definitely deserves some exposure and an opportunity for other people to learn about it. So it's called the Tarot of Little Secrets, and I'm just gonna do a little walkthrough of it. It's a wonderful deck. I included it in one of my other videos that I did, a VR. I did one of the tags, and someone commented that it looks really fun, and they probably would like to see a walkthrough of it, so I'm gonna do that now. I'm just gonna flip the camera around and we'll get started. Okay, so we're back and ready to do the walkthrough of Tarot of Little Secrets. This is a deck that's available on Etsy. I believe I purchased it on Etsy probably about a year and a half maybe ago or so. I've had it for a little while. I believe it's still available. I'll definitely link the link to the Etsy in the description box below, in case anyone is interested in getting it. It is a really fun little deck. This is the box, so it comes in this like two-piece box. It's pretty sturdy. It just comes off. I actually like it a lot. It comes with a little guidebook. As you can see, it's called A Playful Deck for Troubled Times. This is by Laura Stamper and Sam Lofgren. And I believe that it's actually signed. It's pretty cool. They signed the inside of the little guidebook. So there's a little guidebook that comes with it. It is a RWS clone. So the imagery is based on the RWS system. So it's pretty easy to read with in terms of if you're used to reading RWS. It's pretty easy to, interpret, but the biggest thing about this deck is obviously the little secrets that are hidden, because in each card there is at least one little image, and the guidebook gives you like a little hint. So the guidebook has, it has like a description, like a little description of the card and like upright and reverse meanings, and then it has the little secret hints, so you can kind of look for, some of them are pretty obvious, pretty noticeable, but some of them you really have to sort of hunt. This is a mixed media deck, so it is very collage like, so there's a lot going on in some of the cards, but most of them you can see the little secrets that are hidden. So these are the backs. I love them. They look like a window. I love how they look like a window pane. So it definitely looks like a window. At least that's what I see. They have this really nice gold foiling on the back. It's pretty nice cardstock. It's definitely like glossy, but it's very easy to shuffle. You can riffle, you can overhand. It's nice cardstock. It's a little bit shiny, but it's nothing it's not too glossy. I'm definitely not bothered by it. I love having decks with like all different types of cardstock because it just gives you that like tactile like experience when you're using them of just different types of cardstock. So it does come with this little card because the cards themselves don't have any titles on them. They just have numbers. So for anyone who's not yet familiar or just learning tarot, this is good because it has the correspondences. This does come with an extra card in the major arcana called the Source. And then these little symbols here are drawn on each court card so that it's a page, knight, queen, or king. Because like I said, there's no titles. There's so much going on in these cards. I think they decided that having borderless and like full artwork was better, and like leaving off the titles, which I think was probably smart, because as I said, there's a lot going on in these cards. So I think it was probably a good idea they left the titles off. So they do have numbers that correspond to the major and minor arcana. And then, like I said, those little symbols for the court cards. So here we have the Fool. And so in terms of the little secrets, and I'm not going to go through each one because we like literally will be here all day. This video will be hours long if I go through each card and point out the little secrets. I think it'd be fun if you do get this deck to kind of discover them on your own. But I'm kind of going to point out some of them. So I believe the guidebook for the Fool, just so I can get it right, I believe, so the hint for the Fool is put your best foot forward and leap. So the hint, I guess, is to look at his forward foot. And if you can see, it's really hard to see. There's like a bunny. If you see, it looks like a little hair in his leg, like right in his pant leg. So I think you can see that. But so that's the little secret in this card. And like I said, the guidebook gives you a little hint for each one, which I think is really fun. I think it adds like a really fun aspect to this deck. So not only are you just getting your traditional like Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, but you're getting these fun little hidden pictures in here, which I think are super fun, and like the hints to find them. Again, just another fun way to use this deck rather than just reading with it. So here we have the Magician. And in this card, you can see the little secret is, you see this little figure, looks like a little man. He's on his knees, he's like praying. So I believe the guidebook says something about reverence or something like that. So there are little hints, but I love the colors. It's really bright. I do love the imagery. I love that it's borderless. So you're getting like the full, image without any borders. And again, I like that there's no titles. I kind of like that because I feel like it would really there's a lot going on with some of these and I feel like it would be too much. So here we have the High Priestess. And here's the Empress. So the Empress, her little secret does have something to do with something about the garden. So you can see like in the flowers, there's these little faces, these little children's faces, which I think is so cute. I love it. So yeah, so that's the little secret in the Empress card, is those little faces. And here we have the Emperor. And like I said, I'm not going to point out all of them because I feel like if you do get this deck, part of the fun is going to be finding them. So I don't really want to spoil that for everybody. Here's the Hierophant. But like I said, it's really fun. I will point out some of them. But like I said, I prefer like, if someone does get this deck, just to find the little secrets themselves because I feel like that's really, really part of the fun of this deck. Chariot. I love this Strength card. I just love the colors. I love the lion's face. It really is, sort of a playful deck, definitely, especially with these little secrets hidden in the cards. You can definitely feel in the art, that playfulness. Here's the Hermit. You can definitely feel that in the artwork, at least I can. The Wheel of Fortune. And they do talk about symbols that appear throughout all of the cards, just like traditional symbols, like in this card, you see there's clocks, keys, animals, faces. They talk about, how it's really throughout the deck you see a lot of these things, not even just in the hidden pictures, but just in the imagery themselves. So here we have Justice, and I love this one. So this one, I believe the little hint says something about Justice being blind, and if you can see, if you turn it this way, you can see there's eyes right there. So it's definitely a mixed media, like I said, collage type, deck. But it's very cool. I think it's very quirky, and like I said, I don't hear enough about it. Here's the Hanged Man. Death. I really like this Death card, where like the skeleton is pulling the blanket over this person who kind of looks grief-stricken. I kind of love that. Here's Temperance. And Temperance's little secret, I know, says something about swimming or going with the flow, so you can imagine where the little secret's hidden in this card. The Devil. And this one, I like this. The little secret in this, they talk about fallen angels. So I'll just kind of point out, if you can see right up here in the corner, there's like this winged angel figure. Something about even angels, can fall. And so then you see like down here, there's the angel fallen. So again, really neat imagery. And I just love these little secrets. Here's the Tower card. I love in the guidebook for this card, they talk about like you can either jump or you can fall. So here you have like someone who chose to jump, and here is someone just falling. So they kind of talk about like you can either jump or fall. You can kind of go with the Tower, like collapse with it. Just let it take you. Let that momentum take you. You know, and just kind of like be a part of it. You know, it's gonna happen no matter what. You can't stop it, so you might as well jump. Or I guess, you know, it's eventually just gonna make you fall. So I kind of like that. I liked that. The star. The moon, very traditional. As I said, it's an RWS clone, as you can clearly see. There's the naked baby sun. And again, I like the flowers have these little faces in them, little happy faces. There's Judgment. The World. This is the extra card. In the Major Arcana, it's called the Source. They look at it as, they explain it as sort of like the collective unconscious, like, you know, everyone using this deck is kind of putting something into it, and then as they're using it, they're putting something else out into the world. So they're kind of looking at it as the collective unconscious. The guidebook talks about the divine feminine sort of in this, like bathing in this waterfall. And then it talks about Mother Mary, or like Mother Earth. If you can see, that looks like a statue of the Virgin Mary with her hands clasped, and she's like on the shore watching. So I love that. So now we're in the Wands. So we have the Ace of Wands, very energetic, very fiery card. If you can see, there's a rocket ship. There's a spaceship being launched. There's the 2. So you can see there's just numbers in the corner. Even in the Minor Arcana, no titles. But this imagery is so traditional, I'm pretty sure everyone can kind of figure out what we're looking at. And again, I don't want to give away all the little secrets, just because, like I said, I think it's fun to discover them yourself. But I definitely wanted to share this deck because I just think it's really special, and I really don't hear, I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about it. I stumbled upon this deck on my own, just sort of exploring Etsy one day. I don't even think I watched a walkthrough, or that's not how I became aware of this deck. So, but I'm really happy I did, because it's quirky, it's fun. As they said, it's a playful deck, and I definitely get that energy from it. So it's the 9 of Wands. So here we have the Page. So the Page has this little leaf. So that's like sort of the little key. That's how you know it's the Page. The pages are like really cute and playful in this deck. I like them. Here's the Knight. The Knight has a little horse. The Queen. So the Queen has sort of like a pointed crown. And that's the key. So that's how we know that's a queen. I kind of love this. Look at the cat at her feet. Sunflower. I love the colors. So colorful. It reminds me of like those oil pastel crayons we used to use. I remember using them like in elementary school to make art. I remember we had like a whole unit in art class on like oil pastels, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. I don't know. They're like really saturated colors. Something about it reminds me of coloring with those. So the King has more of a rounded crown. So now we're on to the swords. And there's a lot of things going on in this card. There's a lot of little hidden things in this card. See the hilt of the sword? I don't know if you can see. It looks like windows. So neat. And from far away, like you would just think, oh, that's like decorative, like a decorative thing on the sword. You wouldn't necessarily, but if you look closely, it's windows. I like this 3. It's typical 3 of swords. It's very traditional, but I like how it has experience, reflect, blessing, weaknesses. There's like, it says why with a question mark. So I like that it has these words on it, for it being a very traditional. And then if you can see these little skeleton faces, so much detail. These little, like I said, hidden and not so hidden pictures. Here's the 5. Six of Swords. 7. Here's the 8. Here's the Page. I love this card. Look. Here. It's a dog with a man's face. Maybe it's a bunny. I'm not sure, but either way, it has a man's face. You can see there's like pumpkins or in her flowing cape. Here's the Knight. I like this Queen of Swords. Here's the King. And now we're on to the Cups. Here's the Ace. The 3. I like this one. It's like a horse. See? And here you have like a gecko, a chameleon. It's kind of blending in a little. The 4 of Cups. You can see little faces. I love these like sweet little faces, like of little kids. So cute. So it's like a collage deck, but it doesn't feel like a collage deck to me. I don't know. It's, you know, they describe it as mixed media. I definitely see that because there's a lot of different, you know, things going on. It looks like they've used a lot of different mediums to create the art, but it is collaged in some ways, but to me it doesn't feel like collage deck. Not entirely. There's the 9 of Cups. The 10. I love this Page. He has like such a funny look on his face. Like, oh, I have a cup. Oh, I have a fish. I don't know. He just looks so surprised. There's the Knight. The Queen. I like this Queen of Cups. If you look, there's like a Buddha. It's like a Buddha face. Has her little secret. It's the King. And now we're at the Pentacles. I like this Ace. I love this Ace of Pentacles. There's like, it's like a light post, like this is like if you can see, oh my God, it's like so small. See these like the little U-turn sign, the light goes, and then there's like a Hamsa. And there's like a parking, like I'll tell you this, sign for parking. Here's like the light. There's like a row of stores. This is like so reminiscent of like where I live right now. So cool. Here's the 2. Three of Pentacles. 4. 6. 7. 8 of Pentacles. I like this 9. The flamingo. And if you look, there's a bunny. There's a lot going on. There's the 10. The page. This little page is so sweet. The big sunflower. Little sheep in the background. Here's the Knight. And the King of Pentacles. You can see their clocks. There's a lot of clocks in this deck. So yeah, so that is the Tarot of Little Secrets. I believe it is still available. I hope it's still available. I'll definitely, like I said, link to the Etsy shop. Like I said, I believe it definitely is still available, but it's just a quirky, like fun little deck. It's been like really nice adding this to my collection. It's been a lot of fun using and discovering the little secrets, and like I said, the colors are fun. It definitely is playful, exactly how they describe it. So I hope you have enjoyed this walkthrough. I hope it has provided some insight into this really cool deck, and I hope it encourages somebody to buy it, just because I feel like it definitely deserves a place within tarot practice and tarot collections everywhere. Until the next video, have a wonderful day. Bye!